me, I'ma lead by example. This is my world, I just took it by the handful.
Know what you're thinking? Yes, it is getting dark. Yes, I still am filming. Yes, I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. That's false, I do. The reason I'm making this video is another anxiety video because I'm gonna tell you my story. And I don't know if you know me or not. Most of you who are subscribed at the moment do. Hopefully that changes in the future. Maybe, maybe not, who knows, you know. I believe it will because I have a lot to say about anxiety because I experienced it for many years. And I say that so many times because it lasted so long. 6 years I stayed in my room due to a near-death experience. In high school, I thought it was the coolest thing to be accepted by everyone. What does that entail? People pleasing. That is the worst thing anyone can do, is to please other people and neglect who you really are. At the time, I was under delusion that that was the only way to be cool and to be accepted by everyone, is to please everyone. That can be pretty damaging when you're offered alcohol at a young age or drugs to the point where you OD, almost die. Months later, develop an extreme anxiety disorder to the point where you lock yourself in your room for 6 years. Years. That's right. It started out not too bad. I would stay in my house. I would still talk to family. I would see people who came to the house. But of course, that didn't stay that way.
It progressed
worse and worse to the point where all I did was stay in my room, lock everyone out. If you wanted to talk to me, you talk to me through the door because I don't want your nasty disease-ridden. So I guess I was a little bit of a germaphobe as well. I say a little bit, quite a bit, but I was afraid that I would die if I got sick. I was afraid that if I talked to people, I'd be thrown into anxiety. I literally had anxiety about anxiety. I had depression about me having anxiety about anxiety. So, what do you think happens if it goes unchecked?
Years pass.
That's right, years pass and you miss out on birthdays, Christmases, Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving, all while you're locked in a room listening to your family, enjoying each other's presence because you are too afraid to be associated with human beings that you continuously make up excuses why to stay in your room. At least that's what I did. I did that constantly. Sorry, I'm a little stopped up or a little itchy nose because it's getting kind of chilly. But that has nothing to do with my story. That just has something to do with my nose. Dang. Anyways, I got to a point where I weighed 125 pounds. I'm 6'1". Yeah. I looked like a walking, talking bag of skin and bones. Luckily, I don't look like that now.
I'm fabulous.
But at the time, I was so malnourished that my organs were shutting down. And I was too afraid to care. I was too afraid of dying and getting sick and dying that I neglected my own health to the point I almost died. Doesn't make sense, does it? So, luckily for me, I had an incident with a supply line to a toilet. That supply line to my toilet busted. It went everywhere. Water. It was like freaking white water in my bathroom. I was too paranoid to go fix it or turn off the water. So I went to my mother, who had dementia, who suffered Alzheimer's, to go turn it off for me. So I was playing charades with her, trying to describe and tell her how to turn off the water when I could have went and done it myself, but yet I was too afraid to. Yeah. I make jokes about this now because when thinking back about it, you can only laugh. Because if you dwell on it, you're just gonna ruin your life even more. Sorry, my back. My back. But I eventually had to leave my room because of the great flood of 20 whatever date year it was. I know I was 25. Let's just say that. I was 25 years old and I finally left my room because my aunt offered her place to stay while my room and pretty much our whole house was renovated. She then noticed how bad I really was and how bad my mother really was. So when we did get the all clear to move back into our house, she moved back in with us. Thank
God.
Because she was relentless about getting me better. I swear, if anyone can pester someone into getting better, it is her. Thankfully.
I'm thankful.
But at the time, it was pretty annoying and pretty devastating to my mentality because I could not seem to get better no matter how hard she tried to get me out of my room. Until she made me an appointment to a doctor, a new doctor, and she immediately referred me to a counselor, to a nutritionist, and to a physical therapist. So I had to get out now. I had to go do these things. Physical therapist worked on getting me stronger so I can go out and do other things such as counseling and see the nutritionist. The nutritionist made it to where I could eat more than just pizza rolls because I was eating that. I'm told now that my mom and aunt were going broke because of all the pizza rolls they would buy me. And most of the time I couldn't eat them because there would be a tiny little pinhole in it and my mind went places it shouldn't have gone. So, that being said, seeing these people finally convinced me that I needed help, so I went to a mental hospital or a behavioral health center, and that was the start of my new beginning. I was in there for 2.5 weeks, then I was out of there for 3 weeks in their outpatient program, got sent back in for another 2.5 weeks, then afterwards finally I had the medication and I had the knowledge and support that I needed to keep on progressing. Got a job, got bored of that job, got a job in construction, which was plumbing, met a beautiful woman. She liked me enough to date me and then liked me enough to say yes when I proposed to her. Now I have 2 stepsons that are my world. I have dreams that I want to make a reality, goals that I try every day to progress. One moment. Is that better? Thank goodness. because it was getting dark. It's getting dark and it's getting dark.
Quick.
That being said, now you know who I am and what I've been through. So you know that I have learned the techniques and skills to get someone out of major anxiety problems. I can only give advice that worked for me. And unfortunately, we're all different and we suffer anxiety differently. But that doesn't mean that I can't try to inspire you or inspire you to get better. I can't inspire you to help a friend get better. We all need each other. So that's what this video is about. Me telling you who I am. Now you know. You know my world that I lived in for 6 years, and then 4 years after that, and then now I'm finally to where I am now. Thank God. He has allowed things to happen in my life to make me who I am today. So, that being said, once again, love life, love others, and love yourself.